Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching. Thank you for joining me. This is Cynthia with Including You Journals, and today I want to continue with where we began last time, and that was creating oversized Rolodex cards, paper ephemera that we have known about forever and have used forever, but that we sometimes forget about. And instead of using a regular size Rolodex card, I have enlarged it and included that. This is first part of the signature in the journal. And then today I want to continue with that. It's a lot of fun to take something like a ticket, for example, and just oversize it. It's not something that we see done every day, so it gives us a change up and a fun way to play. So I have really oversized this ticket shape, and I'll show you how I did that in today's video. But I included that on the back of the front signature, and that has made this page now very strong, and I love that. And then I've already added one more, and here is a small Rolodex that I added from last time on the back of this signature, but on the front of the next signature, I have a ticket. And I'm not sure if you can actually see that that is cut out, but it is. And we have now a tuck spot from a ticket. So let's play for a little while today. If I can find where to put my journal. Okay, so here are some tickets that I have already created. I began using a file folder. I just like that. It gives me a nice thickness to a card or a pocket. This is tissue. I used Yoo-hoo to glue on this tissue. It sticks nicely, and then I just trim off the edges. As opposed to how I have always created in the past by taking a simple piece of maybe some ephemera that I would just tear off, or pattern paper, tear off, like I could tear off from here and just put a little in, or in this card, journaling card, for example, I just tore a little piece of a letter and put it on here. But instead of doing that, I've covered the whole card now with the tissue paper, again, for another way of doing something. And let me show you this one as well. And I have one for us to play with before we begin. You can see the oversized shape here and a piece of dictionary page or encyclopedia page. All right, I'm going to lay these over to the side and come back in with just a couple more that I have created. Again, you covering the whole card. Oh, this one, I think I wanted to maybe use this as a tuck. So I just simply turned the paper over to the back side, making that card thicker as well. Can do that, but you don't have to. And then a smaller one here. And then one that I have to play with. You can see that I just simply glued down the piece of paper over the entire ticket card. And now I just want to pull this back. I fell into this. I haven't seen anyone do this. I'm sure that there is some artistic term for this and someone knows about this somewhere, but I fell into it. I don't usually cover an entire card base or pocket base. I do bits and pieces, but for some reason I decided I wanted to cover the whole thing. And I love how this old dictionary paper doesn't adhere completely all over the card. And I think that if I would maybe not glue quite so close to the edge, then I might have a little tearing away and making it even more than what it's going to turn out to be. But I like the technique. So if there's a name to it, I don't know it. If anyone else is doing it, I don't know it. I'm sure I'm not the first one. I truly fell into doing this. I simply like the technique. And what I like about it is you can see how these edges have pulled away here, giving us just a little bit of text and then some lighter text as the paper has torn away from the edge. And all I need to do to clean this up, if I want to clean it up, is take my scissors and go along the edge, take my circle punch and go back to the corner. And this is what gives me that ticket shape, is using this little circle punch on each of the corners. And now you can see I have a ticket shape here, ready to go. All right, let's go to it and see what we can come up with this morning. I want to start with this shape, and I found a few things I've already pulled out to decorate with. Excuse me. Still sounding a little bit nasally this morning, but feeling so much better. I'm going to switch from my Yoo-Hoo glue stick to this art glitter glue, and the reason I'm doing that is there is a little bit of plasticky coating, waxy coating. I don't know. It's a slick coating on this tissue rather than being a matte finished. And I noticed last night when I was doing something that I had used Yoo-Hoo to stick an item on it, and after it dried and I was working with and playing with bending the card, that my item was actually coming away from the tissue. So I used the art glitter glue and had no trouble after it dried with anything coming up. So let's do that. And I'm just going to pull in a piece of paper. This is just a digital of an 1894 ledger. I'm going to use it as a glue page, and then you'll see what I do with that when I'm finished using it. So let's go ahead and put down a little bit of art glitter glue here. I need to lift it away from the white because it's so white I can't distinguish between the actual piece of fussy cutting that I've done here on this flower and the white background of the paper. I want to make sure that I cover this to the corners well enough. Let's go ahead and put this guy down. I'm going more for the very middle rather than the bottom or top. I hope everybody's doing well today. Then I found this little bird, and I'm going to tuck him in here as though he's just sitting right down in here in the grasses and flowers. It's a pretty bird. And again, white on white, I'm not seeing very well, so let me just pick him up and use some art glitter on him as well, making sure that he's stuck down to that coated tissue paper. Okay, isn't that pretty? I like that yellow with this gray damask pattern. And then that pink bird seems to fit right in there. Do you have to use the file folder? Absolutely not. I'm going to pull in another paper in just a moment and show you how to create this oversized ticket. It works well with anything. And there's our first oversized ticket tuck spot that we'll use in our journal. And today I want to make him a flip in my journal and not just a tuck spot. So we'll do that here in just a second. Okay, I'm going to put him to the side, and I'm going to pull a piece of, this is what I was trying to show you here. I was using this little graphic as a glue page. And so when I have finished with that, I've not wasted it. I just simply glue the entire thing inside and fold him over on himself as if I were using a glue page. And depending on the size of the tuck, and would you believe I've sat down at the table this morning without my scissors? But that's okay, it'll work. I can still show you. Let's say we wanted a tuck or a a tuck or a flip of a ticket this large, this is oversized. All we have to do is, I could cut it down, yes, but I'm gonna come in here now and just fix these corners with my circle punch. And if I don't have my finger over that hole, that little paper just kind of flips out like that. I apologize. I'm trying to see what I'm doing while video recording, so we're gonna let it flip. And then as well here, let's see if I have all of that. Now look, you have a ticket. It can be, it can slide behind a pocket somewhere or a tuck spot to write in, or it could be a simple tuck spot if you glue it on a corner and here, or if you want to make it a pocket, you glue on 3 sides into your journal. You do not have to use the manila file folder. That's just something handy that I have found I like, and I keep that on hand all the time so that I am ready to go with it. I can write on it. It's nice and thick. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm also noticing, thank you, Barbara, for noticing that in the last video. Sometimes thin is so much better than thick, especially if we really want to decorate up a journal and put lots of ephemera in the journal. We end up getting that journal so very thick that we can hardly use it. So thinner is not a bad thing. Thick is not always a good thing. So just to point that out. And let's do one more. I think we'll use this one here. And I'll pull a few pieces that I laid out already. This is from the Roman era, and I have a little bit of a figure here going on. I like that. I'm gonna use the flower here. And the bird here. A little down low. I'm gonna come up here, I think. And here. Ooh, I like that. Okay. And let me pull my glue page back in, sorry. And because I'm back on this, it's not newsprint, but this dictionary page, I'm gonna go back to my glue stick. The coverage is easier sometimes. I can't tell you why. Sometimes I pick up that art glitter glue and nothing is gonna work for me but that, and other times I simply want my glue stick. I'm not sure what that's all about, but okay. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but what I was doing there was covering. There was a line that went down the middle of the page there, and I just simply wanted to cover that up a little bit. All right, I'll come back in now with the art glitter glue and work on this little hummingbird. And the journal that I'm working on is hummingbird themed. I don't have to have a hummingbird on every page tuck journaling card, but I certainly want to use them. Have that little fella right in there. Okay. And it was just simply easier to continue with the art glitter glue. Isn't that funny? Okay. And I thought about putting that there, but I believe I'm going to pull it down here to have something in this corner. Now I've pulled the red up and around, and I pulled the green down and around, and I'm ready to go with that. Okay. And then this is what I do when I'm finished with my glue page. Just as if I were in a book, using an old or a cheap book that I was using the pages of for a glue stick. Let's simply glue it up. fold it over. And I'll set it aside to dry and use it for something else. Now, let's look at how we're going to put it in the journal. Okay. Okay. I want to go here with one of these. And I believe it's going to be this guy. And I want to make him a tuck. Let's see if I can do that. Maybe not in that place, so let's glue, a flip, so let's just make him a tuck here. By gluing along the bottom and along the side. I can add him right into the journal. And I'm just simply making sure that my edges there all along the side are being met so that I take him all the way out to the edge. And it won't take but a minute for this art glitter glue to catch hold. So I'm counting. The sun is shining today. It is a beautiful morning in eastern Tennessee. I hope it is gorgeous where you are. Temperature promises to rise today to maybe 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is awesome. Sunshine and 60-degree weather. That's not bad here in the month of February. All right, so here we go. And let's pull in something I've already made as a tuck. We'll continue him right there. I think I want something larger. Excuse me while I reach in front. Oh yeah, there's a nice little journaling card. It's almost whole page. And now that back signature closing is nice and thick. I like that. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you found an idea of something that you can use. Go be creative today and enjoy. Thanks. Bye.